Renegade. But I'm gonna let him show up. I'm gonna bring him there. I'm gonna bring Neelix to where the Vaadwaur are, because the Vaadwaur are likely to shoot things, and Neelix will be there when things are being shot. I like this plan. This plan works.
Well, did you find a suitable location for our meeting?
There's an asteroid base in the Intaba system the Talaxians have been using.
Talaxians? Are there still Talaxian communities? How odd. This site is agreeable. Send my ship the coordinates and I will meet you there.
Coordinates sent. We'll talk there.
I'm contacting the closest medical team. They can investigate this further while we meet with Gaul.
You know, I have a Delta Flyer, Doc. I want it back, but I'm just saying, it's alright by me if you use it to help these people. I can leave some... I got a shitload of really great con officers and security officers and engineers. I'll leave a small contingent of shuttle. I'll leave it like the Delta Flyer and the runabout. Between the two of you, you can get on that ship and help people. Like, you don't have to come with me for these negotiations. You can help these people. I'm offering, man. Take the fucking Delta Flyer. But I want it back in one piece, is all I'm saying. I heard stories, alright, about how many shuttles Voyager went through. I like this one. And I want the Chambers back in one piece, too. The Chambers is the runabout. I like that ship. I like it a lot. I want it back. Doc? Doc? You're gonna make me take you with me, aren't you? Okay. Alrighty then. Fine. Let's go meet with the Vaadwaur. Oh, hi there. Wait, I thought Burgess wasn't sending medical ships. I thought that's why he sent me. Why the fuck am I here? But... What? That's a fucking medical... But he said he wasn't sending them. He sent me because... the Woglinde is the full package. It's got like sensors and guns and like sick bay and like enough sick bays like evac a large colony. Like, why the fuck are you here? When did Burgess send you? I'd say I'd ask for help when I need it, but your little that ship needs a little help. What the fuck? Did I skip something? Am I crazy? Tell me I'm crazy. I'm probably crazy, aren't I? It's... Oh, oh God. Oh. Oh. Whatever. I can set course for the Antibus system as soon as you're ready. Why not? Sir, we have arrived in the Intaba system. Gaul's ship is already here, and he is transported down to the base. So, in character, you're probably wondering where Nell was, or where Nell is. In character, Nell is now in command of the Gemini. That's the free Odyssey, the anniversary Odyssey I've got. So, when they finally allow you to have a second ship, eventually, you know, like a wingman of sorts, that's going to be Nell's ship. She's going to be in the free Odyssey, and that's going to be my wingman. Nell's there, Doppler's there, Nell and Exol's there. Nellen is this guy, is this Voth guy you get from like the Sphere stuff.
Using a medical emergency as a trap. The Vaadwaur have... I don't trust Gaul. He betrayed us on Vaadwaur Prime. He'll do it again.
Oh, so he is the guy from Dragon's Teeth. So this is a canon character. This is another one of those really gorgeous maps that Delta Rising has. It's amazing. The difference here. Like, this map is great. Like, the background is fine. And then you have maps like the one we were just at with, like, these parts that are, all that black shit. Like, that the severely pixelated black stuff that are just this fucking eyesore. Like, how do you make a map that is this good looking and then make a map that is that bad looking when you have, like it's set around this planet that map barely came into play, by the way. That planet was literally just there for eye candy, but that planet was gorgeous. And the way it was set up was gorgeous. The way it was tilted, as opposed to, like, horizontal, as it always is when you approach them in this game. You know, it's just like that planet in Frozen, which was a really gorgeous system map that you only saw for like 2 seconds before you beamed to the surface, and that was it. That was the last you ever saw of it. Why not get more use out of that than just like having it there for 2 seconds? Ugh! But yeah, you saw the background of that other map. This background is fantastic! Like, this map is really cool. It's got a really nice sort of atmosphere to it. It's in space, but you know what I mean. So why aren't the rest of them like this good? Like, there's some star fields in Delta Rising that are just, jeez. Like, they're so ridiculously bright and busy looking. This is fine. This is great. You don't need to, like, make it, like, really ridiculously busy. Just there are some backgrounds in this expansion that are just awful. Oh god, they're terrible. Oh, it actually hurts thinking about them. Like, there are, like, some of them were literally physically hurting me. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, some of them were literally, like, hurting my eyes to look at. Like, I was kind of like feeling like I was getting eye strain. That's how bad some of these are. And then you have these, which are great. You don't need to get, like, ridiculously busy in, like, a starfield. The best starfields are the ones with lots of little subtle touches. I should know. I make them for my shit. For years, I have done that. Lots of little touches. Lots of random touches as well, because you don't want... Because the problem with making starfields using like a noise, which is how I do it. I have the like a noise filter, and then I adjust the brightness and contrast so that most of the noise is filtered out, and you have just like this random scattering of white points. And from there, I use like various like render clouds and such to make the appearance of nebula in the background. But the problem with that is it tends to get a little too uniform with with what noise you don't filter out. So you got to add lots of little random touches in there to make it feel more convincing. Because when the eye picks up, like, starts picking up patterns, your brain is just going to see those patterns, and it's not going to see the whole picture. It's just going to start picking out like the patterns within the picture. That's just how our brains work. So you've got to kind of add like lots of little touches to keep things interesting, and so to draw the attention away from like repeated patterns in the starfield. So yeah, just like a really subtle starfield with some like colorful nebula, which is again unrealistic, but you know, you want your background to be interesting. But just like a subtle background with lots of like subtle little colors in the background, and just lots of little random touches to avoid people from seeing too many patterns in the background. And that's it. That's all you need. It's super easy. You can knock a decent one out.
Again so soon. If I might make a suggestion, I would recommend only bringing 2 crew members with your away team.
Uh-huh.
Gaul brought 4 aides. you'll have the doctor and myself, and bringing more of your crew down might look like you're trying to get an advantage on him.
Yes, wouldn't want that.
Seems very touchy. Proper protocol will be important. Are you ready to beam down?
Oh, well, it was back to what I was saying. Like, it's not super complicated. You can knock it out in 20 minutes. It's not hard to do. Not hard at all. So, like, come on, guys. Like, come on. Like, I give you a lot of shit, but this, I know I've given Cryptic a lot of shit, but Cryptic, seriously, guys, this is something I do regularly. Okay? This is not like I do it in like 20 minutes. Come on, guys. Like, some of these backgrounds are just ridiculously ugly. I know this is your job, and I know you've got a deadline to hit and such. But, dude, it doesn't take much to throw something together that isn't going to give people eye strain. You know, it's not that hard. You don't need particle illusion. You don't need After Effects. You don't need like Photoshop. You don't need something expensive like Photoshop. You can do this in GIMP Shop. Okay, you can download GIMP Shop for free and do this. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Just wow. Holy shit. Unbelievably ugly backgrounds sometimes in Delta Rising. I'll try and find one. If I find one, I'll record it to show you what I mean. Because, wow. And maybe it was a busy background in Voyager, too. But, you know, just because Voyager did something doesn't mean you need to do something. Like, you should be more convinced... You should be more concerned, if you're doing what Voyager did, that you're doing what Voyager did well. Okay? And if Voyager did something terribly, which was often, here's your chance to do it better. To do it better than Voyager. You hear me, Gecko? I know Voyager's your favorite show for incredibly shallow reasons, but you have the chance to do it better. I'm not joking about the shallow. He likes Voyager because the production quality is consistent throughout the whole series. That's why. He likes it because it's consistently pretty throughout the whole series. That's why that's why Voyager is his favorite show. It's not the writing. I'd be amazed if it was the writing. It's because the production quality is consistent. That's it. That's a terrible reason to like Voyager. I suppose if you're going to like Voyager, you might as well find something that Voyager did. And, okay, it didn't look like crap like TNG did for the first couple seasons. You know, it didn't like have like the black cardboard on like the wall panels and such. Okay. And it wasn't TNG on a starbase like Deep Space Nine was in the first couple seasons. Okay. It had a higher budget. And Voyager had a higher budget than Farscape. Guess which is a better show? By a mile. Farscape. Just saying. Budget's not a good reason to like something either. So he wants me to only bring 2 because I will have the Doctor and I will have Neelix. Oh joy! I will have Neelix. Stop everything! Neelix has got this. You're gonna get shot in the face, Neelix. You sure you don't want me to bring Chawl? Or a giant Gorn? Okay. 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 We'll do it your way. We'll do it your way. You're gonna get shot in the face, Neelix. You're gonna die, Neelix. You're gonna die, Neelix. You're gonna die.
It's so good to see... Doctor, it's been 30 years! You haven't aged a day!
Yes, it's good to see you too, Neelix.
We have a bit of time before we'll begin. We're giving the Vaudwar a fine Talaxian feast to help ease the tension. Doctor, you must tell me all you've been up to.
Oh, Neelix, I couldn't. Not with the Vaudwar here. But I suppose it is important that you hear about my many achievements since our last meeting. And my brilliant research was able to prove conclusively. Thus, I began my grand adventure into the challenge of writing Klingon opera.
Brax and I agreed to never mention the incident again. Well, at least not to Dexa.
Neelix, the Vaudwar have finished the appetizers and are waiting for you.
Oh, well, we had better get going. We can talk more later.
Okay. That was great. That was awesome. Okay, server hiccup. That was awesome. And my character and the boss passing the time was a really nice touch. I think 8 was pacing. That was well done. So yeah, for as much complaining as I've been doing, there have been some really great character moments in Delta Rising, and that was a really good one just now.
Do you remember Chef Jolax from the last time you were here? He's the one that has been serving the Vaudwar their fabulous appetizers. Full bellies make for good conversation, I always say. He told me that Gaul is a little grumpy, but I'm sure you can handle him. Gaul is in the command room now, waiting for us. Jolax should be back soon to take everyone's orders for the main course.
Gaul is going to have food poisoning. He's going to want everybody exterminated as soon as possible. Calling it now. Lots of little sound errors I'm getting, though, like doors not playing and such, and I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be an NPC. Pretty sure. It's nice that we're revisiting locales that we visited previously and that they're changing. You go to this place in a previous mission when you're helping the Talaxians get to their new homeworld. What in the shit? Do you two just spawn in midair? This fucking game. Just complete this picture. Okay, petted Mr. Spots. What do you want, Gaul?
Ah, at last. I must say your Talaxian friends are quite hospitable. But down to business. Our meeting is long overdue.
For the first time, for the last time. It's time to settle our differences.
As do I. My people are damaged, in crisis. We are already at war with the Cabali, and with you, giving your alliance's support for them.
That is not the proper response to what I just said. Let's try to find an accord that benefits us both.
Do you know why we fight the Cabali?
Yes.
Their world was once a Vaudwar colony, one of our largest. And there is still a large cache of stasis tubes on the planet. Those are my brothers and sisters being held hostage. The Cabali are stealing them, taking their very identities and transforming them.
Okay, so what he's talking about is the Cabali are erased from Voyager. By the way, I tried watching this episode, and I couldn't even sit through it, okay? Like, I gave up on this episode, alright? Just tell you about what territory we're going into here with Voyager. So it's from an episode. They're from an episode called Ashes to Ashes, which is fairly late in Voyager's run. And basically, like a crew member who died like 2 years before, like just some random red shirt. I think she wasn't in any episode. She's just like, oh, this person died like years ago, and now they're back. You know, this person you've never met. You know, random gold shirt number 3 has suddenly somehow come back from the dead, and like who died off screen. And is like trying to like restart their life on Voyager after being turned into an alien zombie, which is exactly what the Kobali are. So the Kobali fucked with something. I don't remember what it was exactly, but they fucked with something that basically killed their ability to reproduce. So what they did was they started reanimating the corpses of other races, and they started using like basically this mutagen stuff. Like they say it's a virus, but it works. It mutates people is what it does, and they use it to basically turn them into Kobali, and that's how they reproduce. Is they find like dead corpses, and use this to reanimate and mutate them into Kobali, and they basically over time program them into being Kobali. Like they assign them to like Kobali family units and such. And family unit is stretching it, considering that, you know, they're not actually like family. They don't reproduce anymore. So the Kobali are literally alien zombies, and this is one of those things that I was talking about that's very ambiguous, because one of the enemies you encounter in the game are the Alch, who are gestated from corpses. So like what you literally have is like yet another species that, like the Alch, gestates from the bodies of their dead, and they're even using the bodies of dead Vaadwaur whom they have killed in self-defense, like dead Vaadwaur who are attacking their planet. They are using their bodies and converting them into Kobali as well, just like the Alch do. So here you have you have a counterpart to that, but instead of fighting them, the Federation is helping them, and the Kobali are fully programmed. There's an almost like an almost literally religious devotion to bringing the dead back to life, and they have no idea. They can't wrap their heads around the fact that sometimes somebody doesn't want to be a Kobali. They don't want to be brought back to life as a Kobali. You know, they wouldn't want to be brought back to life as something else. That, from their point of view, they can't wrap their heads around, like, why would you not want to come back to life and be one of us? So of course, you know, a lot of the stasis pods for the Vaadwaur failed, and they're using those. And I'm spoiling the shit out of Delta Rising, by the way. So that's what this war is about. You know, that's what this war is about. It's about stopping. It's about, they want their people back, for one. You know, the stasis pods beneath, like, there's plenty of live Vaadwaur in those stasis pods. They want their people back, and the Kobali are not letting them. Are like holding them essentially against the will of their people, and there are they're using like their dead. Like, don't fuck with our dead. They're dead. You know, it's like those aren't your, like, those bodies don't belong to you. They should be, you know, they want to give them like a proper burial, and they don't want someone fucking with their dead. You know? So that's what this war is about. Like the Vaadwaur are the bad guys here. Like, they're attacking everybody, but they're especially attacking the Kobali, because the Kobali are holding their people, and they're fucking with their dead. So in this, I'm actually kind of siding with the Vaadwaur on this issue. You know? Call me like an arrogant or an ignorant human, but it seems very clear right now that these people were all in stasis pods. So many of those dead that they're twisting probably had families within the Vaadwaur that are surviving, and those family members, it's their decision what happens to the dead of their loved ones. That's why we have rules. Like on Earth right now, there are rules. Like it is considered a war crime to desecrate the dead for that reason. So I'm kind of siding with the Vaadwaur on this issue. I mean, I'm fighting the Vaadwaur because I'm a Starfleet captain, but I understand why they're fighting and why they want this to stop. I don't agree with it either. I think it's bullshit too. Anyways. I'm aware of this. I saw the chambers. So that's like there's also like this bullshit like hand wave. They're like we can't like try to negotiate their release. We're not here to change the Kobali. We're here to protect them. We have to respect the Prime Directive. Except that interpretation is completely fucking wrong and counter to what the Prime Directive is. Because if we were respecting the Prime Directive, here's what we'd be doing. Beam everything up. Bye! They started this war with the Vaadwaur. They started the hostilities they're currently engaged with the Vaadwaur in. You've dragged us into their war to continue fucking with the dead and holding hostages, essentially, against the will of their people. Now, the Vaadwaur are the bad guys. But you cannot hold a bunch of people hostage and call yourselves the good guys. You can't hold a bunch of people who have done no wrong. Like even if those are soldiers of the Vaadwaur, then they're POWs. They are not criminals. They have rights. Like even if they were criminals, they have rights like everybody else. They have a right to be treated fairly. And you're holding them. Again, like, indisputably against what their wishes would be were they awake. And their people want them back to awaken them. So what are the Kobali going to do? They're just going to like keep them in there until their stasis tubes fail and then convert the dead bodies again against the wishes of their people. This isn't... Like you're trying to make this ambiguous, and I do appreciate the attempt to make this more ethically ambiguous, but in doing so, you've also clearly painted one side in the wrong, and it's not the side that you were clearly trying to paint in the wrong. You get what I mean? We're stuck between the agreeing with the alien zombies or agreeing with the bad guys. Like, the alien zombies who are 2 steps away from being like the Alchi, minus, like being brainwashed. They are brainwashed to an extent, even. They're mutated, they're reanimated, forcibly mutated, and indoctrinated. Like, they call it rebirth. Whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. So, yes, absolutely. Let those people, let the Vaadwaur, let those Vaadwaur, yes, we'll be adding more Vaadwaur soldiers to deal with. But who are you? Are you the Vaadwaur, or are you the Federation? Are you the Vaadwaur, the conquerors of, this part of the galaxy, or are you the Alliance? Who are trying to make the Delta Quadrant a safer, more equitable place for everybody. Who are trying to keep the peace and prevent people from doing things like this, like holding people against others' wishes. Who are you? Who is the Federation? Who is the Alliance? That's what this should be about. And it's not. It's not at all. And that's probably one of my biggest disappointments with Delta Rising, even though I like the attempt at greater ambiguity at what's going on. Okay, let's continue. See, those are his brothers and sisters. I'm aware of this. I saw the
So you have
chambers.
seen my people. If they could speak, they would beg for release. This is a just war. I am trying to reunite families. How can that be wrong?
You want to reunite Vodwar families by destroying Kobali families. That is injustice. So what the Vodwar are doing is they're trying to unleash a virus that will completely prevent the Kobali from rebirthing anybody, essentially. From zombifying anybody. I don't know how much I object to this or not. I don't know whether I object to that or not. Honestly, I'm on mixed feelings of that. But the intended end goal of this, the stated end goal, at least as stated by the Kobali, and I can sort of see it leading to that, and I can see that's probably where they're going, where the Vodwar would be going, is this is going to exterminate the Kobali, because the only way they reproduce is through corpses. So the Kobali are facing extinction with what the Vodwar are doing. So the Vodwar are literally attempting genocide. You know, the war to free those people would be just if they were not attempting genocide. That's kind of how they tip the scales back to the Vodwar being bad guys, because everything you see up until that is like, wait a minute, the Vodwar are right. Like, the Vodwar are clearly in the right. They're suddenly attempting genocide. Oh, okay. Like, that's how they like try and keep the Vodwar as the bad guys, by having them like resort to doing this. So you want to reunite Vodwar families by destroying Kobali families? That isn't justice.
There can be no peace. Not after what they've done. Are you suggesting we are weak? That we should just lay down and die for them?
No, but
we will not.
No, but destroying the Kobali isn't right either. There are greater threats in the galaxy we must face.
Do not try to pacify me. We will have our retribution. You have my offer. Abandon your alliance with the Kobali and support us, and we will be your strongest ally in the quadrant.
I'm not here to start a war with the Kobali. It's also the only option I have.
Peace. You know nothing of what it means to be Vodwar. You need to understand.
You need to understand the level of the ass-kicking that my ship will lay upon you if you do anything. Trust me. That was only... What happened before is only a taste of what my ship is gonna fucking do to your ass.
The Vodwar have endured too much to make peace. Do you expect us to forget the destruction of our cities? The massacres of our people?
The food's almost ready. What would you all like for your main course?
You need to understand even the smallest fraction of our anger.
He missed.
He's dead. I'm sorry.
Does that make you angry, Talaxi?
He missed!
No, it makes me sad. For Jolex. And for you.
Then we are not done.
Dark. I like it. Oh, we're going there! Well, that went south. He missed him! He hit the wall over there! What happened to Joel? Like, did Joel seriously just, like, decide... It would really be a dick move if I decided to die right now. Hurt! Oh, I should probably contact the ship. Admiral, the entire Vaudouar fleet is opening fire on the remaining Talaxian ships. We've sent out distress signals to every ship in range. We'll do what we can to protect the Talaxians, but we can't hold out against this many ships. Yes, you can! The Woglinde has taken on entire fucking Vaudouar fleets! It's single-handedly wiped out like a Kazon fleet. And the Kazon are dumb as rocks, granted you, but an entire fleet of fucking Kazon ships. Just explain the situation. That's horrible! Do you think Gaul had any intention of negotiating in good faith, or was this all an act? We're giving the Talaxians all the time we can to escape, but it's not looking good up here. Some of the Vaudouar have already broken off to pursue them. Your orders? Okay. I need a scan of the base. Are any Talaxians left alive? Scan showed 2 large groups of Talaxians in a storage room in the logistics area. They have the doors blocked, but there are Vaudouar trying to get in at both locations. It doesn't look good. I'm afraid you only have time to rescue one group. Good luck. Do your best to save the Talaxians, no matter what. Starfleet will not let more innocents die today.
Time only to save one group? I do not envy your choice. I would go with you, but I cannot leave Neelix alone. And time is of the essence. I'm afraid you'll have to go on without us.
Make sure to get
No,
Neelix.
I'm going. I can't sit by and let the Vaudouar kill my friends. I won't be a burden. I promise. I have to do this.
Stay close to me and I'll ensure your safety. Time enough to save one group. Okay. Okay, motherfucker. I'm pretty sure my mouse just died. Hold on. And we're back. Sorry, pizza run. I had this really crappy pizza. And I'm just running, I'm finishing it up. Two groups of Talaxians. I can only save one. Let's clear this room first. Stop that shit. Server problem. Okay. Bye.
How do we choose who to save?
How do we choose who to save? Well, we look at the map. Okay. You know, there is a transporter this way. So, inspiration strikes me. There's a transporter. So we just beam them out. Seriously? You're not going to let me just beam them out? It's not complicated or anything. It's a site-to-site transport. You're going to force me to do this the stupid way, aren't you, Cryptic? Okay. Let the record show that I attempted the intelligent way to solve this problem. And they wouldn't let me. So how do we choose who to save? Okay. So, Ensign, 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 Ensign. Ensign, 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 Ensign. So, both groups are ensigns, so there are no, like, major characters in either of these groups. So, it is literally a coin toss. Okay, I cannot get out of this small room. I'm taking it like we're going to be evacuating on like one of the, like a shuttle that's intact. Ow. I don't know if you're hearing the mic popping, but this mic is not terribly good. And it's popping. That's the shuttle. So here's my guess. If the transporter is not working, we're probably going to be using that shuttle to get out of here. Probably. Ugh, I am never going to this place again. Like seriously, like this place had like the shittiest pizza I've eaten in a long, long time. Great crust. Bad pizza. So save Talaxians in logistics, or save Talaxians in the storage room. Okay. Logistics or storage? So logistics involves the chain of supplies, and storage is the supplies. Okay, I'm gonna go in here. Let's do this. I like that it's an impossible choice. You have an impossible choice to make. I like that. Okay. Alright, well, da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Save the hostages, but they may be safer here.
Guys, shut the fuck up.
What about the people in the storage room?
Yeah, we knew there was only one room we could save. I wonder if the strike team was a way to bypass that. I probably should have picked that option. Although the Woglinde is currently in combat, so I doubt they would be able to beam a strike team, which is why I didn't pick it. Oh, they dead. They said dead.
We should check to see if any of the Talaxians survived.
I'm gonna say no.
Doctor, you have to save them. These are my friends.
Sorry. There's nothing I can do.
They are beyond my help now, Felix. I'm sorry.
Then we can still save the others. We have to get to the shuttle in the cargo bay.
Told you. Told you that's what was going to happen. Is we're going to use that one intact shuttle that's left in the cargo bay because the Woglinde is busy fighting shit off, so they can't beam us out. That door is either open or it's about to be breached. Either by us or the Voth. But it's going to be breached by someone. Or I could just open it. Okay, fine. Be boring. Kill the tech officer. Geek the mage. Ha! Of course, I can still beam down security escorts. Whee! Fuck that one up.
I've sent a signal to the remaining Talaxians to join us here as soon as possible. More Vodwar on the way. Defend the shuttle.
Oh, great. I like the little run animation they had.
More on the way. If I weren't a hologram, I'd be worried.
You are hologram and you are worried, so that was meaningless.
A large number of Vodwar are closing in. I'm afraid they may be too much for you to handle.
No. They're not.
The Teray are here to assist. After this, our debt to you is repaid.
That's timely. Here come the Vodwar.
Here come the Vodwar. Fuck that. Stop that shit.
The Vodwar have been repelled. I would have words with you before you continue.
I would have words with you. Words. Hungry for words. Hungry for worms? No, hungry for words. Hey.
Our help does not mean we are now allies. We are repaying a debt. Our ships are currently engaging the Vodwar fleet. It is unsafe for this shuttle to launch until they are defeated. We will return to our ships. I suggest you do the same. We will provide cover for your ship so it may drop shields to transport you.
Somebody is ready to transport us. Are you ready? Leave Talaxian base. Why does the Doctor have a separate... Oh, it's because we beamed out his mobile emitter, maybe?
I knew this meeting was a farce. The word
Excuse me?
Vodwar means fool in ancient Talaxian. Did you know that?
Then why would
thought
you...
me a fool who would swallow your insults without comment.
What?
A fool who would blunder into the trap you set with the Touré.
I did not...
I am not.
You're an idiot! I was trying to negotiate a fucking ceasefire, you dumbass! You're the one who started killing everyone! Even like my character, even in game, the character's reaction is the same. You're an idiot.
This has destroyed any chance of an accord between us. How disappointing. I had thought you would be a valuable ally. Now you are just another victim.
We did everything we could to make peace with you, dumbass. You're the one who destroyed it. And yes, I mean dumbass. Well, it's time to kill shit. Oh, joy, Voyager's here. Great. Yeah, Vaudour is gonna mean you done fucked up in English.
You came to our aid when the Vaudoir attacked our homeworld. Now we have come to assist you. This discharges our obligation.
We need a discharge. Thank you for your assistance. Perhaps we can be allies someday.
How could they do something so horrible? We're no threat to them. We've done nothing but welcome them. And he killed my friends just to make a statement. I don't understand how anyone would be so callous.
I'm not going to be an asshole to him.
I don't blame you. I agreed to let the Vaudoir come here. I put my people in danger. This is my responsibility. I just never conceived that even the Vaudoir could be so treacherous. They double-crossed us on Voyager and tried to take the ship, but slaughtering innocent people. My time on Voyager changed me. I saw the best that people could be. I forgot, or wanted to forget, how evil they could be.
You haven't been on Voyager in 30 years, Neil. Whatever. I promise you that Gaul will face justice for what he's done.
With your permission, I'll lead the survivors back to New Talax. Then we can return with a security force to collect the dead.
I've been in contact with the USS Blackwell. They boarded the freighter in the Shenda system, but it was empty. It was all a ruse by the Vaadwaur to lure us into that system. Everything was part of this play Gaul wanted to perform, from the initial distress call to his intervention and offer to negotiate. And then, he used a massacre to set his stage. That's the kind of man he is, and unless he's stopped, the entire quadrant may fall.
Shouldn't that be something that, like, Neelix or, like, Quinn or Burgess should be telling me instead of Joe? I'm just saying. Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Gaul has shown his true nature.
That's not the Bridge of Voyager.
He was not dealing in good faith. But nevertheless, we had to make an attempt to find a peaceful solution to our problems with the Vaadwaur. Now the war will continue. I grieve for all who have been lost, and for those who will fall before this conflict ends.
We had to try.
Senseless, meaningless death. I'll never understand. I hope Neelix and his people will be able to find some peace, and that Gaul will answer for his crimes. And I hope our paths cross again, perhaps under better circumstances next time. With your permission, I'll return to Voyager.
Farewell, Doctor. It has been incredibly fucked up. The Talaxian base is safe for now, and the surviving Talaxians are making their way to New Talax. Shall we depart? Wow, that mission went to a dark place quickly. Damn. Fucking kill them all. I liked it. If the game is about war, then you know what? You better like start showing like the ugly side of fucking war, if that's what the subject matter is. Otherwise, you come off as glorifying it, which is one of the reasons why I had heard. This is secondhand. That veterans did not like this game when it launched because it felt like it was glorifying, like the Federation basically being at war with everybody.
Gaul's actions were unconscionable. A senseless slaughter simply to make a point. And he wanted your sympathy. It's clear from your reports he had no intention of making peace, and that he would have twisted anything you said to meet his own agenda. He's a warmonger, and one that must be stopped.
Warmonger.
Peace with the Vaadwaur will not be attained through Gaul, but we'll keep looking for another way. Perhaps there's someone else out there who will be more reasonable.
We're warmongers, Tony. So I get an EMH Mark 1 duty officer. Yeah, duty. Alright. I must choose all rewards. Fine. Hello, Admiral. You know what? I'm going to keep recording. This is the next update's not going to be a Resident Evil update. It's going to be a STO update. Might as well. Might as well. Might as well. Know your enemies.